My lungs were essentially breathing for two of me. Actually. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to. I'm Jessica, and today is episode 2 of Fitness Fridays. If you haven't seen episode 1, feel free to check it out. Just for reference, it was filmed a week and 1 day ago. This is just a little update on where we're at before I get into the why I started. Today I am currently up on last week, weighing in at 114 this morning. I'm coming off the end of my period, quite a few nights of poor sleep, and I had a family dinner which was significantly over my daily calories, but it wasn't over my weekly. So I imagine with these combined, it's going to take me a second to come back to and below 113.5, which was the lowest in the last week. This is my first time consistently weighing myself during my period, and honestly it was difficult to watch, but nevertheless I did it. Now let's get into what got me here today, what is essentially scaring me into shape, if you will. Last week I mentioned something exciting coming up for me, which is my 6-month DEXA scan review. The first one I got in January was actually the first wake-up call that actually made me look at myself and feel bad for what I've done. It wasn't so much the results that came from it, which I'll talk about in the review, but more so the images that I saw of me. The x-ray of me laying on the table, it was the first time I could really conceptualize that my skeleton and my lungs were like most people's. My body is at this point where my lungs were essentially breathing for two of me. My skeleton was carrying double what it was ever intended to carry. Actually. Even that alone, I feel like I would have liked for that to be enough, but it wasn't. So that was in January. Less than 2 weeks later, I had an appointment to get a sleep study done to see if I had sleep apnea. I knew something wasn't right, and unfortunately I was right. Luckily for me, it's only mild sleep apnea, and the weight I've lost so far has made a decent impact, but I'm still definitely not fully there back to what I was sleeping wise prior to getting it. It was honestly really scary waking up and taking a full breath and it being uncomfortable every single morning and feeling like I didn't even go to sleep when I've always had great sleep. Sometimes on my own accord, I would just wake up very peacefully in the morning, and it just wasn't the case because I wasn't sleeping well enough. My sleep has always been something that I've prioritized because honestly, it was my only real foundation in health that I had, and I lost it. But now I'm fighting hard to fix it all, to genuinely fix it all. And when I say that, I mean like I'm not rushing this. I'm taking it step by step and like making sure that this isn't something, I'm not looking to come back ever. Once I part ways with that fat, I'm looking to keep it that way. This is kind of a fight that I need to win because I really need my life back. I've never been healthy and I've always had to be conscious of weight limits and fitting into things. Sometimes a chair can be rough, but I thankfully haven't dealt with it that bad. Most clothes stores aren't gonna fit, don't have my kind of sizes, and it's not really the life I want to live. Honestly, so far, I know you guys haven't got to see much, but I'm the proudest that I've ever been when it comes to, I'm the proudest I've ever been. I've really grown a lot. I'm just happy for where I'm at. Finally, I'm just excited. I'm excited because I feel like a lot to learn as you are doing it, but it's just, I don't think it should ever be dismissed because it's hard. I think that's what makes it so valuable, right? Because it's not easy to attain. Anyways, let's share something exciting. Today I am now 24 days hinge eating free. I have officially made it past 3 weeks, and I made it through my period, which was something I was worried about. I feel like I definitely did eat a lot at the dinner the other night. Felt like the time and place to enjoy a good amount of food with the people I love. Doing this, it's been kind of hard for me to define what is hinge eating and what isn't, because in reality eating is something I still have to do. I feel like I have a good understanding though. It's been good. I'm not overly restrictive. I have a set breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then I have a couple hundred calories to like have drinks or whatever. My go-tos have been like a coffee or a hot chocolate in the morning, and then I have coconut, dates, chocolate after dinner. You can really have whatever you want. You just have to understand that you just need to have a little less. And I know it's so obvious. It seems so obvious, but even being told that like a million times, it's not. When you want it and you're like struggling with hinge eating, it's not really going to stop you when someone says you can have whatever you want, just a little bit less. It doesn't, that isn't the determining factor in whether you're gonna have a little less, and I get that. It's nice to finally understand because I'm eating like good food and I'm like making good progress, and I don't want to mess that up for something that isn't even going to make me feel good anymore. Maybe at one point it provided me what I needed, but it just doesn't. I have something greater I want to achieve, and that just means that I just need to lock in. And I am locked in. I've been locked in, and I freaking love this. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. That's the video for today. Have a lovely day, good night, or whatever, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.